Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Eternia.com. I'm your host AJ, and today we're doing an unboxing and a mini review of the Masterverse, Masters of the Universe Revelation Wave 10 Prince Adam figure. Now, this is the first time that Prince Adam has ever been realized in Masterverse plastic, and I'm very excited to take a look at him, which is something I would never have said as a child. So I'm going to make a confession here. As a kid, I was never a huge Prince Adam fan. I was never interested in getting the Prince Adam vintage figure, and I was never a big fan of seeing Prince Adam on screen in the Filmation 1983 series, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which I loved. I adored that show, but I couldn't wait for Prince Adam to turn into He-Man. But it wasn't until Masters of the Universe Revelation where I fell in love with Prince Adam. First, they smartly reduced his body size. If you remember back in the 80s, Prince Adam was virtually identical with He-Man, except for a change of clothes and a tan. These two looked the same. But I think it wasn't until the 2000X series, the Mike Young series, where they smartly changed his body type. And they did that here in Revelation as well. And it's more believable that he could keep his alter ego a secret when he looks so starkly different. But why I actually became a huge fan in Masters of the Universe Revelation was Prince Adam's heart. I believe what clinched it was the episode The Forge at the Forest of Forever, when King Grayskull told Teela and Eternia in heaven, in Valhalla, that no great champion has ever chose their lesser self until Prince Adam. And of course, they see him as his lesser self because he doesn't have the muscles, right? They call him Flea Man. You know, this is his weaker version. But I think Adam sees this version as his better self, his best self, and that's because of his heart. Adam knew that the biggest muscle he had is his heart. And Adam would only call in the power when someone else needed it. And he would always give that power away and never take credit for it, even when he was desperately seeking the approval of his father, King Randor. But that would be selfish, and that's something he would never do. Plus, he was so selfless that Adam even gave up the reward of afterlife itself to save his friends and to save Eternia. And that's why I fell in love with this Prince Adam. So enough about me and my relationship with Prince Adam. Let's take a closer look at that packaging. So here's the packaging of Masterverse Prince Adam. And the first thing I want to point out is it says 30 points of articulation on the box. And that's usually the case for Masterverse figures. It has 30 or more points of articulation. But if I remember on the prototype pictures, it looked like Prince Adam actually lost some points of articulation. And maybe we'll get into that as we take the figure out of the box, but I just wanted to mention that first glance. So let's look at this fantastic artwork. The artwork here is done by Masterverse artist Eamon O'Donoghue, and I love his work. He's done a lot of work for the Masters of the Universe Revelation figures, including He-Man and Skeletor. And this is also terrific. If you first look at the profile shot on the spine of the box, you have Prince Adam here, and he's holding the power sword. And then on the back, you have this like iconic pose where he's holding the sword with both hands, and you see the lightning and the power of Grayskull, and he's shouting, you know, I have the power. Except, you know, what's kind of interesting is even though this is a spiritual sequel to the Filmation series, in the Filmation series, He-Man Masters of the Universe, when he's holding the sword with both hands and saying, I have the power, he's actually already in the form of He-Man. But in Masters of the Universe Revelation, he's still Prince Adam when he's holding the sword with both hands, saying, I have the power. So even though it's a spiritual sequel, it's interesting that they made that change. But let's take a look at this bio. The bio reads, Prince Adam, heroic secret identity of He-Man. He-Man did it. He finally defeated Skeletor, but in doing so, it cost him his life and his secret identity. His friends and family are shattered by the truth. He-Man was actually Prince Adam all along. After coming back from Eternia, Prince Adam has a second lease on life and another chance to make things right with those he loves the most. All right, now that we checked out the packaging, let's get the figure out of the box. So here is the Masterverse Revelation Prince Adam in 360 degrees. And wow, my first impression is he looks amazing, absolutely brilliant. Look, I know there's a lot of people who are fans of the Netflix animated series, Masters of the Universe Revelation. I'm one of them. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are not fans of the series. But I think we could all universally agree, that this is an amazing representation of that Prince Adam from that series. It looks like it jumped out of the screen and into my review. I mean, first, just start with the paint applications here, like the purple pants, and I guess is that a pink tunic with the brown collar and brown shoulders, and the belt, the gold belt buckle, and these little, what do you call them, studs, like on the belt, and the boots, right? These leather boots with the black straps on it. I mean, this is an amazing recreation of what we saw on screen. This is even a better recreation, I think, than the Mondo animated Revelation Skeletor that we got. It was an exclusive in San Diego Comic-Con last year. You know, I bought one, but I think this is better. If you're looking for an exact representation of what we saw in the series, so far, nothing is better than this Prince Adam. It's a terrific figure. All right, without further ado, let's take a closer look at that head sculpt. So here's a closer look at Prince Adam's head sculpt. And once again, what a fantastic job they did here. He does look like he just jumped out of that cartoon and was formed in Masterverse plastic. They did such a great job with the paint application, you know, from the hair to the eyes and the eyebrows, and from the sculpting as well. And it's not just this main head, but the alternate laughing head as well. And we saw him in that animated series laughing all the time. And what a great job they did capturing that look. Good job, Mattel. Good job, Masterverse. So let's talk Prince Adam's body. I brought out other Masterverse figures that have a similar body type. And I think other than Prince Adam's thighs, his knees, and his calves, that are the same sculpts like you would find in Sorceress or on Catra, everything else, the boots, the sleeves, the tunic, is brand new sculpting for this figure, which is rather cool. But I did mention in the beginning of the video a loss of articulation, and Prince Adam has great articulation, but he's more like a classics figure in the arms. And what I mean is, what we're typically used to in Masterverse figures is 4 points of articulation in the arms. If you look at Evelyn here, you have her shoulder, her bicep, her elbow, and her forearm, which these 4 points allows you to bend the arm like so. But Prince Adam only has 3 points, the shoulder, the bicep, and the forearm. So this is pretty much as far as the arm can bend. So you are actually losing articulation in this figure, which is interesting, but I don't think it's really going to be a showstopper for people who want to collect this figure, but I just wanted to point that out. So in regards to accessories, Prince Adam comes with 2 closed fist punching hands. He also comes with, as we saw before, the alternate laughing head. And then finally, Prince Adam comes with 2 power swords. One is this standard power sword, and the other one is a transformation power sword. If you notice, the transformation power sword especially is a little warped, and I think that's because this is very soft plastic. I think this is softer than we traditionally got with Masterverse power swords, so I'm not a big fan of that. But aesthetically, they're nice in regards to the handle here, or the glitter found in the transformation sword, and I believe that's what it's supposed to represent when Prince Adam is transforming into He-Man. But I really like these swords, and I think it's a nice inclusion to this figure. So here is Prince Adam laughing with his best bud Cringer. And here's your before and after, Prince Adam and his alter ego He-Man. And here is the size comparison. So what are my final thoughts on the Masterverse Masters of the Universe Revelation Wave 10 Prince Adam figure? Bravo, Mattel. Brilliant job. Look, you don't have to be a Masters of the Universe Revelation fan to recognize how well executed this figure is. They actually produced an animated creation in plastic form masterfully. From the paint application to the sculpting, we have our Prince Adam from Masters of the Universe Revelation in perfect 3D form. This is a highly recommended figure, not just for Masters of the Universe Revelation fans, but Masters of the Universe fans alike. Don't let this figure pass you by. If you do, I think you'll regret it. Well, that's it. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.